We're in San Jose in Costa Rica. We're at a hotel near the airport, and we got here through Texas. We had a 4-hour flight to Texas, and then we went from Texas another 4 hours here to San Jose, Costa Rica. It's going to be a great trip. Tomorrow I'm going to be off to more north in Bosque de Paz, which means Forest of Peace, and we're going to do some birding there. Then we're going to go even farther north. On the way there, we're going to be stopping at the Costa Rica Nature Pavilion before we get to Arenal Observatory Lodge, which is a lodge on a volcano, really beautiful. And then we're going to be driving down to the coast to Cerro Lodge and the Tarcoles area. Then we're going to continue down to Manuel Antonio before we go inland again to Serra de la Mirta region and a lodge called Rancho Naturalista. So it's going to be a great trip. Really excited. First time here. We'll see how it goes. But I'm sure I'm going to see some great birds. Check back with you later. So we are at Walmart and we're stocking up food for the trip. So we've got a lot of water, some munchies in case we ever get hungry. So we're driving along the road and to our first location, and I've been saying we in this video, and I'm saying we because I'm here with Phil. And Phil, could you tell us where we're going and what we're up to right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a little nervous because it's my first time on the video here, but I'll do my best. We started off the morning. We had to get our 4x4 rental, and it took a little while, but we were able to get everything, and we got a GPS, so we shouldn't get too lost today. After a quick stop at Walmart for some critical supplies, we're on the road, and we're off to Bosques de Paz, which is not far. It's about an hour and a half drive from here. It's a beautiful sunny day, and we're really excited. We're really excited. You know, I'm getting a handle of this stick shift, which I haven't driven one in about 20 years, so it's a little bit, you know, bouncy, but everyone's got great attitudes about it. My co-partner here, Liron, and we're pumped. We're going to see some rare birds, we're hoping, and we're going to get into Bosques de Paz, and it's near which volcano park?
Poás volcano.
The Poás. It's near the Poás volcano.
It's a cloud forest. So
cloud forest. Okay. So
often rains, but hopefully we'll have some good weather because it's really nice out right now. So we'll check back with you soon.
All right. Thanks.
We're up high. We've been driving for quite a while and we're just getting higher and higher. Look at those clouds. This is what you call cloud forest. We're really getting up into the clouds. You can see those clouds down there. It's raining, which is quite common in the cloud forest. We've pulled over a few times on the road, gotten some lifers, so it's first time here, so it's very easy to get first time birds. But we're on our way still, but there's still great birds on the way, and we were definitely in the cloud forest.
We're at Bosques de Paz, and the skies have just opened up. This is very typical in the rainforest. You can hear the thunder in the background. So we have some good covered areas to watch the birds from, which is nice.
Alright, so we arrived at Bosque de Paz. It's evening now. It's pretty much getting almost pitch black out now. It's been a great day. We started at our hotel near the airport in San Jose. We got a rental car. Everything went smooth. We drove up to where we are now, Bosque de Paz. It's a fantastic lodge. On the way and at our hotel in San Jose, we also got some bird species, but all the tropical hummingbirds and tanagers, we've seen them all here. When we arrived here, it was nice weather. It was not cold at all, very nice weather, no rain. It's still not that cold, but it is pouring rain right now. But nonetheless, we've seen tons of bird species today. It's been fantastic.
God. Oh my God. It's over.
So it's the morning. We're at Bosque de Paz, and there's some great birding. We've had tanagers, wood creepers, all sorts of birds around us in this area. And there's a lot of, I'm new here, so there's a lot of bird calls that I don't know very well. So I'm doing my best to try to find the bird with the bird calls, but nonetheless there's some great birds. There's some nightingale thrushes around. It's been a great morning. So around us right now, there's a pair of chestnut-backed brush finches singing. This is a really beautiful finch. They're coming down on the path sometimes, but mainly they're singing out in the trees. But they're a really hard bird to photograph because they're very fast, they don't pose for long, and they like these dark areas with bad light. But we managed to get some decent shots of them on the path and some singing in the trees, so I'll show you what those look like in a moment. So we've had great birds here, got some great shots. Now we're going to head down to the river, see what birds we can find there. Hopefully the rain will hold off because it's usually nice in the mornings and the rain starts in the afternoon. But so far it's been great weather, so hopefully we'll have some great birds down by the river. So behind me here, in the torrent, we have a pair of torrent tyronulates. They're moving around on the rocks, they're singing, getting some great shots. We're not at eye level with them, which would be ideal, but it's still getting some great shots of them on these rocks. So we're on the road just outside of Bosque de Paz Lodge, and we're here looking for torrent tyronulates, some flycatchers, we've had some golden crown, I think it's golden crown chlorophonias. But what's stolen the show for us right now is we've just had a pair of silver-throated tanagers. I can still hear them calling. And the male just came down, he posed beautifully for us. We got some awesome shots, which I'll show you in a moment.
So we tried some birding in the rain for a little while, but as you can see, it's coming down pretty good. So we're taking a little bit of a break, dry off a little bit, and but not too long. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll head back out and see what we can find.
So we started birding. It was raining really hard. We didn't see much, so we took a little break at the hummingbird feeders that are at the lodge, and we went out. Still raining, but as we came out on this road, the rain started dying down. It's just drizzling a bit now, but I think it's going to pick up because there's some dark rain clouds up above. But we've had great birding on this road: ruddy cap, nightingale thrushes, tanagers, common bush tanagers, tyronulates, great birding. So even when it's raining, we got some birds in the rain, we got some birds when the rain stopped. So should always go out even if it's raining. So we've had a successful mission this night to photograph Paca, which is the world's second largest rodent. An incredible animal. We got some nice pictures and we'll show them to you in a moment. Here at Bosque de Paz, there's a whole lot of blue and white swallows, and on the upper floor of the hotel building, they all come to roost at night. So we're leaving Bosque de Paz. We're driving out of Bosque de Paz, and we're headed now to Saraquipi or Sarapiqui. Which one is it?
Something like that.
Something like that. And in this town nearby there is a place called the Costa Rica Nature Pavilion. Great for bird photography. They've perches. There's also some trails, I believe, and a river. So we'll see what it's like down there. Hopefully we'll get some good birds. And then later in the afternoon we're headed up to Arenal, and we're going to stay there for a few days. But first we got to drive to the Nature Pavilion. And this is a bumpy road, but I think we're doing well. Have some livestock
Crossing the road.
crossing the road.
Out for a morning walk.
So even though we're heading downhill, I don't know if you can see it, but we are driving above the clouds, so pretty cool. So driving along now here from Bosque de Paz to the Costa Rica Nature Pavilion, we pulled over because we had our lifer black mandibled toucans. Now these birds, they were once called the chestnut mandibled toucan, but the black mandibled toucan and the chestnut mandibled toucan became one species. The scientists decided. So now it's the black mandibled toucan. Got some nice shots. And Phil, what do you think of that?
Well, it wasn't exactly just pulled over. It was more like dad, toucans. So we had to throw it into reverse and back up down the road. But you know, safety first. The precautions, made sure we were safe, and got the shot.
So we're here at the Costa Rica Nature Pavilion. Now the actual pavilion is up there, and we had great shots of arasaris, tanagers, clay-colored thrushes, all sorts of cool birds up there. And then we did some hummingbird photography with the white-necked Jacobins and rufous-tailed hummingbirds. And then we took a walk down here in the forest. We got white-collared manakin, that's a cool species, as well as strawberry poison dart frogs and a black and green poison dart frog that's here. Now, one other cool non-bird that we had here are bullet ants. They're huge ants. I have no clue how big they are, but we stayed a distance away and we took a few pictures, which I'll show you along with the frogs and birds. One thing about birding in Costa Rica and other Central and South American countries is that you've got very different temperatures and levels of humidity. So we came down from Bosque de Paz, where it's not that hot, it's nice temperature, fairly cool, and it's humid but not really humid, down to the Costa Rica Nature Pavilion where it's really hot and the most humid I've ever felt. So what happens is your big lens, or any lens really, might fog up on the inside, and this happens to a lot of people I know, and it happened to me. My big lens fogged up. So I thought I'd do a video on how you treat this. What you should do is you can set up your lens on a tripod or on something else, take off both covers, and angle it so that the sun is going, not directly, but so that the sunlight is going through your camera out the back. And here's my lens. I don't know if you can see it, but there's an area that's still fogged up in the middle. Before, the whole lens was like that, but I put it in the sun and it's drying up and it's just like that right now. So if you ever have that problem, that's a technique that you can use. And now we're on our way from the Costa Rica Nature Pavilion, which was great, fantastic, to Arenal Observatory Lodge on the foot of Arenal volcano. So pretty excited. See if it rains this afternoon, hopefully not, and check back with you soon. What do you say, Dad? Is that Arenal up there?
Yeah, I think there it is. That sure looks like Arenal to me.
Alright, hopefully that's Arenal volcano and we're on our way to Arenal Observatory Lodge. Yeah, I think we were right. That's gotta be Arenal, because this town is, what's it called? Sierra Arenal, something like that.
No.
So it's gotta be Arenal. Right, we're getting near. The GPS says we've got 13 kilometers until we turn on an unpaved road. So here we are near Arenal Observatory Lodge. I think it's actually quite a while till we get there, but we can see Arenal volcano. And we're doing one of our frequent stops on the road when we see a cool bird. We just had a pair of swallow-tailed kites come over, and there's a few parrots flying around. So I just love these stops on the side of the road. It makes everything more interesting. So we just had another stop because I spotted some white-throated magpie jays on the side of the road. So that's another lifer, and I'm happy. So another 6.3 kilometers and we'll be pretty near, I think, to Arenal Observatory Lodge. We're here.
We've arrived at the Arenal Observatory Lodge. It's a bit of a drive to get here, but it was certainly worth it because it's spectacular. I believe that's Arenal Lake, or so I'm told. And then there's the volcano, which I'm told you can rarely see the top of. Today's no exception, but there is some blue sky today. And this is all the view from just outside of our room. And there's Mr. Liron. Hi, Liron.
So we're here at Arenal Observatory Lodge. Great lodge, tons of activities. At Bosque de Paz, we were the only ones staying there because it's the off-season. Here there's a lot of people, but there's still a lot of birds. Up there we've had some birds, now we're heading down here. It's a little slippery though because there are the pine needles and it's a bit wet, but hopefully we'll get some cool birds. We've already had a bunch of cool birds. But I have my rainproof setup on because there's a storm coming from that angle. Hopefully it might be heading more this way instead of this way, but hopefully we'll be good. Great birds anyways, and let's see what else we can find. One of the things I love about being in Costa Rica is the insects. We've got tons of cicadas singing right now. They're dying down a bit, but in a moment, any moment, they might start singing again. There you go, they're singing. Not as loud. Oh. Yeah, I love it. Behind me here is the Arenal volcano. We've seen some great birds here today, but it's just an incredible view as you can see behind me. And apparently you can't always see the whole volcano, so it's fantastic to be able to see it so well today. So the cicadas are calling, and it's evening, but we've had some great birds. We just got orange-bellied trogon, but just back here right now, we just had a spider monkey, which is a really cool monkey, and I'll show you what that looks like in a moment, along with the trogon. It's been a great morning. We started off early. We got some chachalacas, crested guan, black man's-billed toucan, keel-billed toucan. What else? We had some wood creepers, emerald, tanager. Then we came out here. We got blue-black grassquit, brown jays, turkey vultures. The one thing that really was incredible was seeing some howler monkeys, including a mother carrying her baby, which was cool. And it's been a great morning, and we're going to continue birding in this area. So hopefully we'll find some more stuff, and for now, here's some pictures from this morning.
Okay, here we are at the uniquely called the Waterfall Trail at Arenal, and Liron's about to jump in and go for a swim, I think. Having a great time. It's a beautiful day. A lovely waterfall.
So around me right now there's an awesome mixed flock. We've got bay-headed tanager, emerald tanager, tropical parula, some nice flycatchers, all sorts of birds in the trees around me. And this is my first mixed flock and I just love it. There's all sorts of species. They're all calling, feeding in the trees, gotten some nice shots, and I'll show them to you now. So as you can see, it's raining really hard over there. And just a few moments ago, it was raining like that here. But in countries like Costa Rica, you've got all these really fast-passing storms. So there's storm cloud, thunder, very loud thunder, tons of rain, passed over from over here, and now it's over there. And now, if you look up, we've got all this blue sky, and it's nice again. So here we are, we're at the Arenal volcano hanging bridges, and there's been some great birds, some wrens, a howler monkey, not a bird but it's still cool, a wood creeper, parrots, but really the scenery is incredible and these bridges are incredible. We're here at Arenal Observatory Lodge. It's early morning. It's also our last morning here. This afternoon, or even later in this morning, we're heading out to a place on the coast. But right now behind me here, we've got the nest of the incredible Montezuma orpindola. You can hear them singing, and the males are displaying. It's an awesome spectacle. So we're leaving Arenal Observatory Lodge. It's been a fantastic 2 nights here. Great birds. We had more great birds this morning. We had 3 species of toucan, some hummingbird, new hummingbird species, red-billed pigeon, all sorts of cool birds. And now we're headed on our longest drive of the trip down to the coast to a lodge called Cerro Lodge. And we're not spending much time there. It's kind of just like a small lodge we're just spending some time at while we do some activities in the area and on our way to Manuel Antonio farther down the coast. But hopefully when we're there we'll get maybe scarlet macaw, black and white owl. But we're just gonna stop at Cerro Lodge for a little while before we go to a crocodile tour on the Tarcoles River. So hopefully we'll have some fun today, and I'm sure we will. like 7 kilometers on this dirt road, but I'm fine with it. And there's some great birds on the road too. We just pulled over for a jackmar. Very cool. We just had another stop on the road for laughing falcons, some euphonias, and some other cool birds.
Well, under 2 hours to go now.
All right.
I'm sure it'll pass very quickly. Very exciting destination today.
Got a bit of a stall here.
Well, we made it after one little GPS problem there.
Yeah, the GPS took us to a spot 3 kilometers up, and we didn't really know what to do, so we called the lodge, and it was no one who spoke English, so we had to wait a while, but we got someone who spoke English, and here we are at Cerro Lodge.
Look.
So we're on our way to the crocodile tour here, but we're a bit early, so we stopped on our way and we got ourselves some ice cream sandwiches. I think these are going to be good. I think the tour is going to be good. This cost us in dollars about 40 cents, so great deal, and check back with you soon. We're here at the Crocodile River Tour, great crocodiles, other reptiles, and also some great birds.
Look at that bird. He's going to try. He does it? Come here.
That was a fantastic tour. The company Jose's Crocodile River Tour, highly recommended. Fantastic looks at crocodiles and also lots of birds. We had macaws, tons of waders, all sorts of cool birds, caracaras, vultures. It was awesome.
How about the falcons?
Yeah, those are caracaras.
Caracaras, okay.
Yeah. And fantastic tour. It was really a real treat. And now we're heading back to our lodge in our time in this area. What city is this?
Oh, near Jaco or
Jaco, near Jaco, spelled J-A-C-O, near Jaco. We're staying at a lodge called Cerro Lodge.
What's the name of the river we were just on there?
I think it's pronounced Tarcoles River, but I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it.
I think you're right too.
Yeah. So now we're heading back to Cerro Lodge. We're not doing much birding there. We're just spending some time there while we're in the area. But tonight we're hopefully going to find a black and white owl there because they have some that frequent the area at night. But the problem is, it's pretty hard to find owls if you don't know anything about the area and where they hang out. So hopefully tonight we'll find someone that speaks English that can tell us about them. So check back later. So we found no one here that speaks English. So what we did is we took a computer and in Google Translate we typed in, where can I find this owl? I pointed to a picture at Cerro Lodge, and I was asking about the black and white owl because they're here and we want to find one tonight. So we got 2 spots where they sometimes come, so hopefully tonight we'll get it. So we've had a successful mission tonight to photograph the black and white owl, one of the coolest owls in my opinion in Costa Rica. Well, so we didn't really know any Spanish, the people at the lodge, except for the owner, didn't know any Spanish, and the owner only arrived later. So we talked through Google Translate, and we got some information on where the owl was, and they said that if they saw him, if the night guards saw him, he'd tell them and they'd tell us. So they got us, and we got the owl, and we're really happy. So we finished last night off with the terrific black and white owl. Definitely a highlight of the trip, one of the many highlights though. And right now we're driving to, I think it's pronounced Carrara National Park. And we're hoping to see some more macaws. We've seen lots flying, maybe some perch there, all sorts of other birds. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And this morning we did some birding around Cerro Lodge. It's a great lodge. And we'll check back with you soon.
Well, we're just leaving Cerro Lodge after a fabulous first part of the day. We started off with some birding before breakfast, and then had a lovely breakfast before heading out to Carrara National Park, where we engaged the services of a very nice man named Maurice, who showed us really through jungle-like conditions. The birds were fabulous.
Yeah.
And the mosquitoes were even bigger than the birds. But we made it out after about 3 hours of fabulous birding and nature viewing. Came back to Cerro Lodge to clean up a little bit. We had a few layers of all sorts of things on us that we had to wash off. And then we had a very nice lunch. And now we've hit the road on the way to Manuel Antonio, which is about an hour 40 minutes, hour 45 minutes or so from here. So we'll catch back with you soon when we get there.
Yeah, it was great. We didn't really expect we'd hire a guide, but these guys were very knowledgeable, and I'm glad we did because we wouldn't have seen nearly as many birds without him. So check back with you from Manuel Antonio. In the Manuel Antonio area last in the afternoon yesterday, but we didn't do any activities because it was the most rain I or my dad has ever seen in my life.
Unbelievable.
It was crazy, like so much rain. So we couldn't do much, or else I don't know, like we would have been, I don't know, like underwater, yeah. But anyways, it often rains in the afternoon, but it's almost always perfect by morning. So this morning we're gonna go for maybe a 2-hour walk, maybe with a guide, we'll see, in Manuel Antonio National Park. And then we're doing what's the tour we're doing?
It's called a Wave Runner Tour.
Wave Runner
like
Tour.
Jets, canoes, and snorkeling, that sort of thing.
Alright, I'm pretty excited, and we'll check back with you later. Driving to, I think it's pronounced Paraiso del Quetzal, which is located in Serra del Muerte. But first I'm going to talk about our time in Manuel Antonio. It was a fantastic time. This morning we got up and we went to Manuel Antonio, and we learned in Carrara National Park how useful a guide was. So we hired a guide and we took a tour with the guide and saw some great birds, some sloths, monkeys, lizards. Had a great time. And then we went on what tour did we go on?
We went on called the Wave Runner jet ski tour on the water there, which was awesome. We went at some very high speeds across the open ocean, and I drove for about an hour and a half, and we went for a nice swim, and the water was so warm. Both of us said it was the warmest water by far we'd ever swam in. And then we got a nice surprise. Our guide who was touring us let Liron take the helm. So Liron drove the rest of the way for about another half hour or so, and had an awesome time. Did fabulous.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We saw some great scenery, and we even saw a turtle, which was pretty cool. So we're on our way to Paraiso del Quetzal, which is in the Serra de la Muerte region. And this region is a spot in Costa Rica where you can find the resplendent quetzal, which is probably one of the most beautiful birds in the country.
In the world.
In the world, even, yeah. And we're hopefully going to see it. That's the main reason why we're going here. And in case you didn't know, Serra de la Muerte means mountain of death. Yeah, we're pretty much level, if not above, most of these clouds. Pretty awesome. I must say, look at these clouds coming across the road. That's pretty awesome. Never seen anything like it before. Pretty cool, eh?
Pretty awesome. I mean, we're bursting through, and we're at 20,370 meters and climbing.
Yeah, we've taken guesses on how high the elevation is. I say it's about 3,400, the elevation where we're going. Dad says it's 3,052. But we'll see. And I think we're pretty much above them now, because I don't see very many clouds, except for really high up. A while ago we passed through the bottom layer of clouds, and now we're pretty much in the upper layer of clouds, so this place might even be higher than both layers of clouds today anyways. Right now we're at 3,315 meters. And here we are, successful. And hopefully within the next while or tomorrow we'll get the resplendent quetzal. So we're here at Paraiso, I think it's pronounced Paraiso, something like that. The Quetzal's Lodge in the Serra de la Muerte region of Costa Rica. And It's not nearly at all as warm as it was where we were this morning. It's probably like 10 degrees right now. Is that right?
About that, yeah.
About that, yeah. And but there's great birds. There's tons of fiery-throated hummingbirds, some magnificent hummingbirds. We got green violet ear, long-tailed silky flycatchers were around. It's been fantastic. And tomorrow morning we're going to be going with a guide to try to find the incredible resplendent quetzal. I'm looking right now and there's a magnificent hummingbird. There's birds all over the place here. It's really awesome. Yep, so this place is definitely at least one layer above the clouds. As you can see, those clouds over there were above them. Pretty cool. So we're here at Serra del Mirte at the Paraiso del Quetzal's Lodge. It's a beautiful night. We're above the clouds, so the stars are spectacular. But what we've got here behind us right now is a dusky nightjar. Absolutely incredible bird. He's sitting on this post here, catching moths, any insect that comes by, sitting by this street light on the road by the lodge, because all the moths and insects are attracted to the light, and then he goes and he catches them. It's absolutely incredible. One of the coolest birds, I have to say, I've ever seen in my life. So when you go up to higher elevations, the air gets thinner and it's expanding. The density is greater, it takes up more space. And here the air is not, maybe it's a bit thinner, but we can still breathe very easily. It's not any harder than down below. But just to show you about the change in the air, this pack of Lay's we bought in Manuel Antonio at sea level, and it wasn't inflated at all. And we drove up here, right, the air expands because it's getting thinner. And now look at it. It's all blown up, so pretty cool. So we're still here at Paraiso del Quetzal's Lodge. Got tons of birds. There's fiery-throated hummingbirds everywhere. We got black and yellow silky flycatcher, long-tailed silky flycatchers, some tanagers, large-footed finch. It's been a great morning. We went, right now at the lodge, the avocados at this time of year are too small for the quetzals to come, so we went to another spot to try to see them, and we managed to see one. And it was really cool, but we didn't get any pictures because it was just flying out of a tree. We're going to try again later today, but it's still just an incredible place. start doing these big hikes, even at 2,600 meters or 2,700 meters where we are now, we realized you really do feel it because you get tired really quickly, your muscles get sore really quickly. So what we've been doing is, this trail is going uphill a lot, so we've been walking a bit and taking a rest. And we heard some hummingbirds, and we thought it was just like a quick battle because they were pretty angry at each other. So we stopped to take a rest there. And then we were just about to continue walking when I realized they weren't angry at each other. They were angry at something on a perch. And I thought maybe hoodoo, something like that. And then it looked at me and it was a pygmy owl. Such a cool bird. It flew to another branch when the hummingbird started like driving it nuts. We got some great shots. It was fantastic. So at the lodge we've been staying at, Carrizo do Quetzals, during the breeding season for the quetzals, they have them right on the lodge property. And some years when there's good avocados at their property, they get them year-round. But this year, the avocados are still very small, so the quetzals are coming to other areas like this little farm town here, which is about 10 kilometers up the road on the other side of the road. And this morning we came here on a quetzal tour and we managed to see one fly out of a tree. But then we went back to some birding around the lodge and we came back and no one here speaks English, but we say quetzal, quetzal, and he says, ah. So we went on this long trek through there's some woods up there, and this very kind man managed to show us the incredible, resplendent quetzal. Wow, I'm really happy about that quetzal. Pretty much the main reason we came to the Mountain of Death was to see the quetzal, but even without it, we've learned that it seems more like the Mountain of Life. It's pretty awesome here, eh?
Oh, most definitely, Laron. I think that sums it up.
So we're driving to Rancho Naturalista Lodge, but I still really can't get over how amazing that quetzal was. I mean, we only saw him fly out of a tree for a few seconds in the morning, came back later, found someone who was willing to help us find the bird, went through the forest, off the trails, all over the place, got the bird. It was fantastic. I still can't get over it. It was really amazing. But now we're heading to, as I said, Rancho Naturalista, which is a lodge where there are, apparently, hopefully there'll be lots of birds. It's pretty popular, I think. It's known for hummingbirds like the snowcaps, some other birds. And I'm pretty excited. Hopefully we'll get some more birds there and check back with you soon. We're on the entry road to Rancho Naturalista. By far the bumpiest road we've been on this trip, as you can probably tell by the camera being shaky, but I find that these dirt roads to the lodges, even though it may have not seemed like it at the beginning of the trip, they're all part of the natural remoteness of the lodge, and it's all part of the experience. And I think they really they easily could pave these roads, but it would take away the experience and the fun. So yeah. And we've just got, I don't know, maybe another 500 meters and we're gonna be at Rancho Naturalista Lodge. So So we're here at Rancho Naturalista, which is on the Caribbean side of Costa Rica, and that generally means at this time of year that there's going to be more rain, as you can see behind me. But anyways, there's lots of birds, and in the late afternoon when we arrived yesterday, we got some nice hummingbirds, white-necked Jacobin, mangoes, we had blue-crowned motmot, and this morning we've also had some great birds. So it's been a great morning here at Rancho Naturalista. This is actually a property in a nearby rancho owned by the daughter of the owner of the lodge, and I'll get to why we're here in a moment. So we've been birding all morning. We went up to a river near the lodge where our target was to find the sunbittern, which is in its own family, a very cool bird, and we got some pictures among many other species, and then we came up here because in this area near the lodge, sometimes they come to the lodge, but more in this area, you can find the snow-capped hummingbird, which is a very cool hummingbird, and we got that one too, so we're really happy. So behind me here we have some leafcutter ants. They're one of, I think, the sort of iconic tropical ants, and they're known for taking the leaves from the trees. Come with me. So these ants are starting by coming down the tree with the leaves they have caught, and they're going down to the forest floor there, and it's going to continue throughout all the way till they're getting out here by the trail, and then they're going to continue across the trail, and they just look like these marching leaves. Pretty cool. And they're continuing all the way until they go off the trail again. So I'm guessing they have like a colony back there, and that they're getting their leaves from up there. So we're here at Rancho Naturalista. It's been a great day of birding, and right now we're at the area around the lodge that has lots of, as you can see, cows. Because the lodge, they make their own milk and cheese, so of course they need cows. We've got the female cow, the male cow, which I'm a little afraid of because he has some big horns, and the calf, who I think is afraid of us. But the reason why we're here right now is because the grass quit's kind of like this area that the cows like. So we got some shots this morning, and hopefully we'll get some even better shots later today. Actually, I take that back. This is a bull, not a cow, and so is that one. So we're still birding the area around Rancho Naturalista. We're at the spot where we were earlier, where we got the snow cap. We walked up here, and on the way we got chestnut-headed orpindola, bay-headed tanager, my life for crimson-collared tanager, lots of other birds. And here we're at the area where the snowcap feeds. Maybe we'll see the snowcap again, but I'm hoping also for maybe green thorntail. That would be pretty cool. So check back with you soon. So we came here hoping to see some more hummingbirds, snowcap, green thorntail. Not only did we get some better pictures of the snowcap, we also got some great shots of the incredible green thorntail. It's an incredible bird. Its tail it's like a thorn. It's a really long forked tail. A beautiful bird, and we got some nice shots, so I'm really happy. So where I am right now attracts lots of moths and birds. The moths are attracted because of this light that's much brighter at night, and they all come onto the sheet. There were actually many more yesterday and before because it's later in the morning now too, so some of them have left. And also some of them have been eaten by the birds that are attracted to the moths who are attracted to the light. So this is a great opportunity to photograph harder to see species like red-throated ant tanager, some wood creepers, some wrens. We nailed orange-billed sparrow. There was a mott here yesterday. It's just a really cool way to see birds. So right now we're at a site near Rancho Naturalista. It's called Catie, and it's a big lake, and on the lake we had some purple gallinule, northern bucana, green herons, stuff like that. But Catie also has a big nesting colony of lots of waders. The majority of this colony is cattle egrets, but there's also some great egrets, boat-billed herons, black-crowned night herons. There's a baby great blue heron down there, so there might be a few great blue heron nests in there, and apparently there's also some snowy egrets that nest with these birds. It's absolutely phenomenal. You can hear them, smell them. They're all over the place, and it's great for taking pictures at the nest and as they feed and as they do all the behavior that they do. It's really cool. So I'm now going to go and try to get some flight pictures of the egrets as they fly out of their colony, because they're often flying in and out gathering sticks and food. And I thought I'd share a few things that I'm going to keep in mind when I'm taking these flight pictures. First of all, I'm going to have the tripod collar on the top, so that I can hold it nicely like this when I take the pictures of them flying. I want my shutter speed to probably be at least 1,250, because these birds don't fly very fast, so it doesn't need to be as higher. If you're photographing other birds, you probably want your shutter speed to be a bit higher than that. That means your ISO is going to have to be a bit higher, which means a bit more grain. So keep that in mind also when you're setting your shutter speed. For focusing, I want to be in the servo focusing mode. That way the camera will keep on focusing as I move the lens across where the birds are flying. And my focus limiter should be set on 8.5 meters, because I don't think the birds are going to be flying very close to me for me to set it on 3.5 meters. You're probably only going to have a focus limiter if you have a bigger lens like this one. This is the, as I said earlier in the video, 400 5.6 prime from Canon. And yeah, hopefully I'll get some nice shots.
Well, the time has come for us to leave Rancho Naturalista and head back to San Jose, because tomorrow morning we have an early morning flight to take us back to Vancouver. And of course we had an absolutely awesome time, not just today, but the entire trip. And this wonderful lodge was no exception, right, Nerlin?
Yeah, but we do have mixed feelings because we miss our family at home, but we love it here in Costa Rica. So one day we're definitely going to have to come back here, because it's an amazing country. People are so nice, birds are awesome, and I must say I really did like the fruit here. I'm usually not that much of a fruit guy.
Yeah, we ate really well. We just had a great time overall. And you know, when we first booked this trip, I thought it was more about a gift for Liron, right? For everything he's accomplished and his passion. But really, it turned out to be as much, or even potentially a bigger gift for myself. To spend some time together. And it was a great trip.
It was definitely a great trip. So now I think we gotta hit the road and head back to San Jose.
Let's do it.